One of my recent hires is just not working out. He's checked out, he's not doing his job well. How do I have that difficult conversation with him to tell him he's not measuring up?
One of the toughest jobs of a manager is to have those difficult conversations and deliver direct feedback, especially when you may be fed up and think the only course of action is to fire him. There are really two things to keep in mind. First, it needs to be a two-way conversation. You need to share your perspective, but you also need to ask the employee why they're not performing to the level required. Secondly, it's important to really keep an open mind. You may find out that your style is getting in the way of the employee asking for help, or the expectations may not be clear.
That sounds pretty straightforward, but what if the employee doesn't agree with my feedback and then becomes angry?
It's really important to prepare in advance, to get guidance from human resources and your manager to have an advocate for what you're going to share. It may sound like, when you start the conversation, I need to have a conversation with you about your performance. It may be a difficult conversation and you may have an emotional reaction to it, but I'm committed to hearing your point of view and being objective, and I hope we can reach a mutual agreement at the end of our conversation. But if not, I'm your manager and I'll have to make the next steps.
My fear is that the employee will become emotional and then I'm not going to know what to say or do. So what's the best approach for me? Is it to be sympathetic or is it to be detached?
It's really important to be objective and detached. You don't want to allow the employee to shift blame to you during the conversation. You do want to remain calm. Take a break and compose yourself, or encourage the employee to do that as well if they need to. It's critical to know the outcome of the conversation. Are you leading towards letting the employee go? Are you giving them a chance in 1, 2, or 3 months to improve? Very important to have that be stated and clear in the conversation. Confusion can contribute to anger.
In summary?
In summary, prepare in advance, seek guidance, be clear on the objective of your conversation, ensure it's two-way, and keep an open mind.